Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's LCTV sports telecast of Littleton High School football. I'm Mike Fontanella alongside Pat Frederickson. And Pat, it's the playoffs. The Millbury Woolies are here at Alumni Field for the first round of the Division VI Central Mass football playoffs.
Yeah, this should be a good one tonight, Mike. This is two teams that met last year, both coming in at 6-2. The good thing for Millbury is they come back with a lot of kids that actually played in the game last year, so they should be a very, very tough matchup. Xavier Robles is second in Central Mass in rushing. Littleton's coming off a win against Lunenburg. And while they shut out Lunenburg, that should not be discounted because Lunenburg is actually the #1 seed in the division playoffs just below them. So this should be a good one.
All right, the Tigers will kick off to start the game. The Woolies will receive. Freshman kicker Cody Shearer puts a foot on the ball and thumps it downfield, skids past the up guy, and eventually picked up on the 15-yard line. Plenty of time for the Tigers to get downfield, and they will start the Woolies inside the 20.
Solid coverage all year by that kickoff coverage team.
The field's wet, and that ball took a skip off that first bounce and got all the way back to the 15-yard line. The Woolies will take over 1st and 10 on their own 18-yard line.
Numbers to keep your eye on. Number 11 is Robles, and number 2 is the quarterback, Anthony Greenwich.
Woolies are in a spread formation, 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. They'll go read option up the middle. Not much doing there, about a yard. Second and 9. Tim Kelleher and Mitch Bowden in on the tackle there.
Super on the stop. Second down and 11.
They'll bring motion. It's a read option. The quarterback cuts it up. Gets a couple of yards. That'll be 3rd and long, though. It's going to be 3rd and about 7 or 8.
It's like Brendan Clark got a hit on his legs to trip him up. Otherwise, he had a little room to come to this side.
Second down and 8.
So we'll call it 3rd and 8 here. Woolies have kept the ball on the ground in the first 2 possessions. They are in a passing formation. They look to throw, straight drop back, stepping up in the pocket. He's getting pressure. He's going to get sacked by Kelleher. So good coverage downfield and good pressure. Collapsed the pocket and forced the quarterback to step up, and Kelleher made a sure tackle.
Yeah, good tackle by Kelleher, but excellent job by Gilly Superant to get the pressure on him, force the quarterback up the middle.
And they did a nice job, too, of keeping containment on the outside. So the only place he had to go was kind of up the gut there, and Kelleher was waiting. So they will face a 4th and 7, and looks like they will punt. End over end kick going out of bounds. They're going to bounce just inside the 50. So the Tiger defense does their job, gets a 3 and out after good kick coverage, forces the Woolies behind their 20, and now the Tigers will take over on their own 49-yard line.
Yeah, well, they're switching up here, Mike. It's interesting. Next time Littleton comes out on defense, so it's good to see Austin Lynn back out there. But I know it's that in addition to Austin Lynn being out there, they also have Leo Gibbons out on the field with Evan Lyons and with Will Scott in the backfield. So they're actually running 4 defensive backs, which we haven't seen a lot of this year.
Tigers will come out in their spread formation. Kind of a full house backfield, though. They've only got 2 wideouts here on the top of the screen, or bottom of the screen. They're going to give it to Will Scott. He's going to cut it up, power forward for a couple of yards. It was close to a face mask there. Scott, running out of that formation, was very effective last week, Pat, rushing for over 100 yards against Lunenburg.
Yeah, he looked good last week. Again, we were talking about how light on his feet he looked, and the little 45-degree ankle cuts were doing wonders for him to pick up an extra 2, 3, 4 yards of run.
2nd and 8 with the ball just over midfield in the Woolley territory on the Woolley 49-yard line. We'll bring Austin Lynn in motion. They're going to pitch it to him. Oh, good job there by the Woolley defense. They got some guys upfield into the backfield.
Yeah, it's Xavier Robles, the guy we're looking at on offense, but he looks like he's a tough defensive player as well.
So we'll call that a 2-yard loss, back to 3rd and 10 here.
Millbury comes in with 3 losses this year, Mike, but 2 of them have been for combined of 3 points, so definitely expected this one again to be a good football game.
Straight drop back. Got time out in the flat. Complete to Will Scott. He's going to try and make a guy miss. Good tackle. So they don't get anywhere near the line to gain there. Really only got about 3 or 4 yards on that. And now the Tigers will punt back in a game that looks like it's going to start out as a battle for field position.
For the Tigers.
Good kick by Will Scott, away from the return guys. It's going to bounce down around the 12-yard line. Nice job by the senior multi-tool player. Excellent punt all the way away, across the field, away from the return guys. No chance for return there.
On the Woolly 11-yard line.
And the Woolies, who start on the 19-yard line in the first drive, will now start on the 11-yard line.
That's one warning. No, she wasn't here for that. You're all set.
We're all mic'd right now.
Right up the middle. Good job there again by the center of that defense.
Goes up the middle. Willie Supernaut.
Yeah, Gill Dog.
Rich Bowden.
As good as Millbury is with their running game, plays kind of into Littleton's strength. The strength has always been the middle of that front line right now this year. So, you know, if they keep doing that, I think Littleton will be happy to try to stop that all night.
1 yard gain, 2nd and 9.
Oh, really?
Quarterback. Oh, nice job. Quarterback. It was a straight quarterback run. And shooting the gap there was Ty Price with a good tackle there in the backfield for a loss. So both teams struggling to get going on the offensive side of the ball, Pat.
I see that, and I got to believe that Ty Price has their playbook.
3rd down and 12.
Playing a defensive tackle in a 2-point stance, and he shot the gap and made a tackle in the backfield. 3rd and 12. Gonna look to throw. Getting pressure again. He's rolling out to his right. Gets loose. Sucks it out of bounds. Good job there. Another good pressure by the defensive line. Gilly Supernet playing nose tackle. Really raising some heck out there right now.
Great stops by the defense. First 2 runs down here is a good sign.
Neither team's come close to a first down here on the first 3 offensive possessions.
And also the mid-watch cheerleading competition is this weekend.
Carlo Ferrante, the defensive coordinator, has to be very happy with the start. Good play from his defensive line and linebackers. Ooh, a little tricky snap. Ooh, they almost got some pressure on him. Ball's going to bounce well short of midfield. Will Scott's going to let it roll out, and it'll be down on the Woolly 48-yard line. So the Tigers will come out for their second possession with 6:09 to go here in the first quarter. Neither team has picked up a first down yet.
The Tigers on the 1st and 10 from the Millbury 48-yard line.
But the Tigers winning the battle for field position right now.
Mentioned earlier, Mike, a bit of a thin crowd. Not sure everybody gets the 6 o'clock start time. I hope they'll start to fill in here and make some noise.
I'm going to look for that show. It's an option. Oh, good job by Braden Lynn on an option play. Decides to keep it. He kind of deked like he was going to pitch. Saw a little gap and accelerated into it. A good 8-yard gain there, 2nd 2. Yeah, they're projecting bad weather, heavy thunderstorms later tonight. So they moved the start time up by an hour. And then we got daylight savings on top of that this weekend, so I don't really know what time it is at all. I'm really lost.
And Mike, it's 1 hour. It's not like, you know, you're going to wake up and check your milk to see if it expired.
Oh, Will Scott's going to pick up close to a first down there.
Will Scott with the carry.
He was 1 step away from really popping it to the outside. And he's going to be short.
Back two plays ago, there was a great little option read by Braden Lynn. It was kind of like little fake, big fake, and everybody went right by him.
Now they'll switch up here. They're going to bring Luke Elliott in at quarterback. They got a long 2 yard, we'll cut almost 2, about 1.5 yards to pick up a first down here on 3rd down with the ball on the Woolly 39-yard line. I think it's about the 38. Oh, the ball's fumbled. Oh, missed handoff there.
Wow, you don't see that much at all.
Yeah, they've run that offense for so long. They're usually very comfortable in it, but something happened there. So that's a 5-yard loss. That's going to bring up 4th and 6.
Mike Glenn asking Luke Elliott what happened, and Luke Elliott kind of shrugging his shoulders like, I don't think he was ready for the snap. I'm not really sure.
So Mike Lynn playing conservatively here with the ball on the Woolly side of the field, 4th and 6. He's still going to decide to punt. Trusting his defense, who's come out playing great. Will Scott will hit a line shot. That's going to take a big bounce, and they're racing for it. Oh, it's going to be a touchback.
Job by Timmy Kelleher getting down there, but not quite.
Yeah, that's the risk on that play. So now this will be the best field position for the Woolies. And they really only netted about 20 yards on that kick.
Right.
With the touchback.
Millbury.
Oh, tough break there on 3rd down. They were in 4-down territory with that kind of yardage to gain. And when they backed up 5 yards, Mike Lynn decided to dial it back a little bit. Woolies feeling like they dodged a bullet there. Quarterback's going to keep it. Get about 4 yards there, out over the 20.
Yeah, this offense is just not going to have much success against the Littleton defense.
I think that's their biggest gain from scrimmage, and it's only 3 yards.
Evan Lyons on the stop. 2nd down and 7.
Go right up the middle again. Oh, good shot, tackle right there at the line of scrimmage. And that's Brendan Kalari, senior captain there, with a good tackle after about a yard gain. 3rd and 5. Ball is on the 25-yard line. The Woolies got to get to the 30 to keep this drive going.
Keep on knocking, but you can't come in.
Rolling to his right, looking to throw. He's trying to find a flat. He's getting pressure from Tucker to Coast, anti-Price, and he throws it on the ground. And again, the Tiger defense.
Solid.
Yeah, they're ready. They are ready. So just back and forth with the 3 and outs.
We're going to be 4th down for the Woolies.
It'll be 4th and 5 with the ball on the 25-yard line.
Evan Lyons back for the Tigers.
They're getting close to these punts. I think they're going to get one tonight. Oh, jeez. Oh.
And that ball will bounce into Tiger territory down to the 42-yard line. Yeah, you just got to be careful that they don't get overzealous and commit a roughing the kicker penalty. They were good there, disciplined. Tigers will take over here on their own 42-yard line. Just under 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Neither team has managed a first down yet. Tigers had a chance on the last series of downs and had a miscue on 3rd and short. They'll come back out here in the spread. Full house backfield out of this look. But they're going to roll Braden to his left. He's going to get run down from behind.
Oh, he's lucky he didn't fumble that ball.
Yeah.
Braden Lynn with the keeper.
He had some pressure. He had to tuck it. He started to go, but before he could get rolling, he got dragged down from behind. He was coming up with a little gimp there.
Yeah, they pulled down from behind, and the guy just pulled all his weight and sat on his back leg as he came down.
It's a 2-yard loss, 2nd and 12 with the ball back on the 40. He's shaking it off. Looks like he's going to stay in the game.
Oh, Mitch Bowden was leaving a little early there.
Will Scott's going to try and get the corner. He's going to get upfield, makes a tag, miss, and gets up the sideline, gets about a 7-yard gain. But after the 2-yard loss on 1st down, that'll still bring up 3rd and about 5. They need to get the ball to the Woolly 48-yard line. And they're on their own 48.
It's rare that we're into
47.
almost through the first quarter, and we haven't given the ball to the big guy yet.
Yeah, they use him as a blocker in that loaded formation.
Actually, I think he was part of that muffed handoff.
Yeah, right, that was the first try. Tigers here will spread it out a little bit. They'll bring an extra receiver in. And I think they're going to take a timeout here. 2:12 to go here in the first quarter. Neither team with a first down. The Tigers would love to start to get some momentum on the offensive side of the ball. The defense has played just about perfectly.
Yeah, as you get down to the end of the first quarter, you start to get a feel for what the game is going to be like, and so you can't predict everything. But as this game's been going on, the first part of this first quarter, it definitely feels like to me like this is going to be a game where you don't want to make a mistake. But the team that can continue to execute is going to have a good shot at winning this game.
And remain patient. That's the other thing.
Right.
Don't get frustrated. Just stay patient and keep working. Play by play, series of downs by series of downs. Don't get ahead of yourself. Like Littleton has not aired it out yet. Even the one pass they threw was into the flat. So.
And their MO all year has been, wear people down. They're a deep team. Actually, as I look here, Mike, coming off on one of the kick returns here, or maybe it was a punt return, I see him on the sideline dressed, and I think Mikey Corey came off the field, so good to get him back as well. Oh, he's actually out there now. Maybe that was Mike Corey out there earlier. I thought it was Leo Gibbons, but.
Yeah, you're probably right. So Mike Croy coming off a broken collarbone, back in action. 3rd and 5 out of the timeout. Straight drop back, looking to throw screen pressure. Oh, and Braden Lynn's going to get a big sack there. So we talked about field position and the punt for the touchback. And now a big sack on 3rd down, and the Tigers are going backwards, and the Woolies are going to get their best field position in all likelihood here to start their next drive.
Yeah, that was a loss of probably close to 9 yards.
Will Scott will hit another one towards the sideline. It'll go out of bounds inside the 35, about the 36-yard line.
So this is definitely their best starting position. Carlos looking at Mike Lynn, he's saying, all right, one more time, I'll stop him.
Taken by the Woolies.
And the Woolies will take a timeout here. They've got to be a little frustrated. They haven't been able to get anything going offensively. So they're going to take a timeout here and maybe try to switch it up a little bit, maybe switch their formation or switch the play calling to see if they can run some stuff that they maybe don't necessarily want to go to but feel like they got to try something different here. Mike Lynn and Carlo Ferrante talking to the defense. Again, Carlo Ferrante's got to be excited. They're playing very well. His defensive line, the linebackers are anchoring the line of scrimmage and really winning that battle. The Woolies, when they have tried to throw, have gotten so much pressure that they really can't get a look downfield. Coming out of the timeout, 1st and 10 with the ball for the Woolies with the ball on their own 37-yard line.
Yeah, so it is Leo Gibbons on the far side. So
I'm going to come back up the middle again. So they didn't change anything out of the timeout, and the outcome didn't change either. It's Tucker to Coast coming off the bottom of the pile. It's about a 3-yard gain.
Short gain on play. 7 down.
Let's throw it in the flat. Oh! Brendan Kalari made him throw the ball up in the air, and Kerr Boyle almost had a pick 6 right there.
I think Brendan Kalari almost had a pick 6.
Wow. The two guys making ball plays on the ball, neither one was wearing a white shirt.
Wow. And there you go. That's what we were talking about. Can't make that kind of mistake. That was almost huge.
3rd down and 7.
Kerr Boyle's going to be seeing that one in his sleep.
Roll. Oh, no, it's inside handoff. He's going to get hit well short. Good job there. Good read there.
Again.
Really
That was
super
Kelleher. Yeah, not over pursuing on the action. There looked like it was going to be a rollout to the right. It was an inside handoff. Nice little play. But Kelleher made a nice reach from behind and got the hit. And again, they will force what's entirely likely to be a punt here. So we're 30 seconds to go in the first quarter, and it's been all 3 and outs. Oh, false start there.
Whoa, and he hammered that one. Come on, guys. It was 40 yards on the fly.
Going to back Millbury up 5 yards. 4th down and 10.
Notice too that they're every other punt they're switching up Will Scott and Evan Lyons as the deep back.
Yeah, that's not as good a kick. It's kind of going to roll out though inside the 30 down to the 21-yard line. So Littleton was winning the battle of field position early on, but the Woolies have made some strides in that regard. 9 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Tigers will get at least one playoff here. They're getting their worst starting position on the 21-yard line. I'm going to go up the middle. Oh, there goes Will Scott! He's on his way to the goal! It's a foot race now! Scott's got the angle! And the Tigers are going to score a touchdown on the last play of the first quarter! Will Scott with a 79-yard burst up the middle! Oh! He almost fell asleep and then pow!
Well, that's it. 9 seconds left, and the Woolies like, okay, run this clock out one more play, and wait, who's that? He's gone.
Oh, the senior tailback. Terrific cut, and then once he got going, he was losing them.
Ah, what a defensive lapse by the Woolies. I thought he was going to get caught here just over the 52, and the guy chasing him just ran out of gas.
He took a little angle there, an angle towards the sideline, and I think that was all he needed, obviously, to open up some distance. Tigers here hustling in to get the try for 2.
And Will Scott is out there, and good news is he's probably only going to go 2 yards if he goes anywhere.
They're going to go from the spread. They're going to look to throw. Braden Lynn over to, yes! To Mitch Bowden into the flat. So the Tigers convert and go at 8-0 on the last play of the quarter. So we'll take a break and be back with the second quarter of this playoff game right after these messages from LCTV.
Here is my handle and here is my spout.
When I get all steamed up, then I shout.
Tip me over and pour me out. Oh. The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Cheers. Take time to be a dad today.
Welcome back to the start of the second quarter. It's not the start of the game. It's not the start of the second half, but it will start with a kickoff as the Tigers score on the last play of the quarter after both teams could not gain a first down. Just 3 and out back and forth, but Will Scott popped one 79 yards on the last play.
If you fast forwarded through that last play in that last 9 seconds, you definitely want to go back and watch it.
So Cody Shearer will start the second quarter and roll the ball downfield. It'll get picked up on the 20. And he'll get advanced out over the 25 to about the 27-yard line.
Tackled by Kerr Boyle.
Yeah, Kerr Boyle there with a flying downfield and tripping up the return guy. So the Woolies must be a little bit of shock right now. Tiger defense was stellar in the first quarter. Now they got the lead. Let's see if they can keep that pressure going. We got Kelleher, Supernet, and Ty Price. Did a really good job on that defensive line to start the first quarter. And throw up the flat. Oh no, he completed it. Oh, Kerr Boyle. What? Oh, and he stays in bounds. Oh, he stepped out. No, he stepped out. Kerr Boyle almost knocked that ball loose, and instead the Woolies make a reception and get a significant run after catch for their first down of the game out to their own 47-yard line.
Didn't you think that Kerr Boyle hit that ball?
I thought he did, yeah. But unfortunately, he did not. So the Woolies trying to bounce back after giving up the touchdown, pick up their first down. They'll keep the ball in the air. Quarterback, oh, pressure! Oh, they couldn't wrap him up. He still got the ball. Good pursuit there by the Tiger defense. All that action and just a 2-yard gain by the quarterback for the Woolies.
It looked like 5th grade recess.
Yeah. Actually, a 1-yard gain, we'll call it. So 2nd and 9. Supernet's going to take a break. Going to bring Luke Tornell in at nose tackle. Luke's been having a great year on the defensive line. The throw again.
Nice route by number 23 here for Millbury. The ball was just overthrown. He just came in, found the seam, and sat down.
Yeah, he was
That's
open.
room, him.
Wouldn't have been enough for a first down. Looked like he wasn't going to get much run after catch on that, but he was open. So now, after picking up a first down, the Woolies face 3rd and 9 here with the ball still on their side of the field. So a chance here for the Tiger defense after playing a great first quarter to get the ball back for the offense with the lead for the first time tonight. The Woolies have thrown on every possession, every play on this possession. Looking to throw again. Good coverage downfield. He throws it out of bounds again. We're going to get a roughing the passer penalty. That's unfortunate.
It's a good call.
Yeah, he threw him down well after the ball was out of his hand. He's got to know that. That'll be a 15-yard penalty and automatic first down.
I was just starting to count possessions, too. I was thinking Littleton gets the ball back here. They maybe get 2 possessions here and the ball to start the 3rd quarter, but put that on hold for a little bit.
Yeah, ball's on the Tiger 37-yard line, so the Woolies are over midfield for the first time tonight. It's too bad because they've been playing great. They really had great pressure and some great pass coverage downfield. He hasn't found anybody really to throw to. I'm going to go right up the middle. Nice job there. Very athletic. Got hit and kept his balance and rolled forward. Down to the Tiger 30-yard line. A 7-yard gain. 6-yard gain. 2nd and 4.
Defense Tigers, defense Tigers, hold that line, hold that line. Defense Tigers, defense.
Go right back to him again. He's going to be close to a first down. Yeah, he's got a first down. He's down to the 25-yard line. So they're throwing on a bunch of downs on the previous set of downs, and now Robles getting a steady diet of carries here. And it is 1st and 10 from the Tiger 25-yard line.
I think his name is pronounced Robles, and I'm going to stay with it.
Robles?
Robles. Name like Xavier? Yeah.
Xavier Robles.
We'll ask at halftime.
Oh, nice job there. Kerr Boyle coming up the field there. He didn't make the tackle, but he really strung it out. Gave his linebacking core plenty of time to pursue to the line of scrimmage. No gain.
Evan Lyons on the stop. No gain on the play.
Evan Lyons coming up from his cornerback or safety position there. Straight drop back, step up in the pocket, getting some pressure. Kelleher pursuing for the backside. They're going to chuck it and incomplete. Kelleher trying to run him down from behind with Brendan Kalari also putting pressure on. The ball was actually hit the receiver in the hands. He probably should have made that grab. It was low, but he was down there with it, and he just couldn't corral it.
It would have been pretty short of the first down, but he might have picked up 5. Good job. You notice that the quarterback's never getting his first read. He's getting his 2nd and 3rd read at best.
3rd and 10 from the Tiger 25-yard line. This will not be a 3-and-out or a 3-down situation. It's 4 downs here for the Woolies this deep in Tiger territory. He's going to get about 6 yards on that. They shot the gap, missed him in the backfield, and then he ran into the hole that defensive tackle gave up. That was Ty Price. So now it is 4th and 4. The Woolies need to get to the 15-yard line. The ball's on the 19-yard line. The Tiger defense, after being stellar in the first quarter, trying to turn back. The best scoring effort by the Woolies. Here we go on 4th down.
Crowd getting loud.
Look to throw, straight drop back, stepping up. He's getting pressure. He throws it. It's complete in the backfield and good pursuit. The Tigers turn away. The best scoring threat by the Woolies so far tonight. Tucker to Coast getting a stop there in the flat.
Yeah, he actually lost a couple of yards there.
Yeah, they are really getting pressure on that quarterback.
Well, this is great. So the back that floated out here is Robles, their best player, and so he's kind of like their outlet. So you have their two best players with the ball and waiting to receive the ball. And it looks like that's a play they typically run, where they look downfield and then they use him as an outlet. But the defensive backs are doing so well that there were 3 guys hanging around the running back on that play.
So the Tigers will take over 1st and 10 with the ball on their 23-yard line. Up 8-0. I'm going to give it to Will Scott. Oh, good job there. He cuts it up into the hole. Lost his footing a little bit. Yeah, he's clapping his hands a little bit out of frustration.
Yeah.
One more strong step, and he would have cut it back to the inside and gotten a big gain. He got 4 yards out of it. We'll call it 2nd and 6.
14-0 sounded pretty good to Will.
Second down.
And the Woolies are going to take a timeout here. I think they sense the Tigers are starting to get their offensive footing and mojo, and they want to try to talk about it.
So the most rested I've seen the cheerleaders all year. So it looks like definitely, Mike, the weather looks like it's going to hang on here a little bit. Beautiful night.
Beautiful,
Warm.
balmy. November 2nd. Can you believe it?
I can believe it. I can believe anything that they throw our way with weather anymore. It was like just yesterday I was shoveling off my roof every weekend, and then the next winter was nothing. The little crowd right in front of us every time Gilly Super Ant does something. We get the little Super Ant Super Club out here in front of us.
Super Ant Super Club.
And then, of course, we should talk about Mark Corey a little bit here, right? So all year he spends outside, freezing. Tonight he plans ahead. Weather's coming in. It's going to be cold. It's going to be rainy. So he sets up in the press box, and it's a beautiful night to be outside.
I know. He probably wishes you were up there right now. It's beautiful. I wish I was up there.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, coming out of the Woolly timeout, the Tigers 2nd and 6 with the ball on their 26-yard line. It's going to be another option play here. And Braden Lynn's going to keep it, cut it up, get about 2 yards on that. He thought about pitching it and then just kept it himself and chased the backs upfield.
Rushes for a few. 3rd down and 5.
Yeah, it's funny. Right as you were saying, it's an option play. His backs went in front of him, and he ran out of options.
Yeah, he said that there was only one option. Keep it. 3rd and 5. The ball on the 28-yard line, and you get to the 33-yard line here. So a big down here for the Tigers. We're going to roll Braden Lynn to his right. He's going to throw it towards the sideline. Oh! Yeah, I got a penalty there.
This is so interesting. So the back stopped, both the backs stopped, and then Evan Lyons just made contact with the defensive back, right? And the deep judge waved it off, and the near side judge then threw a flag, and then the back judge threw his flag.
I think it's more of a hold than anything else. I mean, he was trying to break upfield to go try to make the catch, and he was obstructed.
Yeah.
You know, so it's not a pass interference so much as it's just a holding. But nonetheless, it's a first down for the Tigers. They get the ball out over their 40-yard line to the 43 and keep the drive going. So the Woolies with a penalty on that 3rd down play let the Tigers keep the drive alive, just as the Tigers kept the Woolly drive alive with a penalty on the previous possession. Inside handoff. Not really much there for Will Scott. Gonna get about 2 yards.
James Crosby. Michael Gerard on the stop.
The other game in this bracket is Maynard and Blackstone Millville, right?
Correct.
And are they playing tonight?
They're playing tonight in Maynard. I assume it's tonight. I don't know if I don't think they would bag because of the weather.
I forgot to check the schedule. I thought it was tonight as well.
All right, 2nd and 8 for the Tigers. Straight drop back, throwing to the flat, whips it out there. Oh! Austin Lynn couldn't quite put it away. I think he was in a little bit of a hurry to turn upfield.
Yeah, good ball by Braden.
Yeah, it's a bullet. So that brings up 3rd and 8. Up the sideline. Oh, good effort there by Evan Lyons, but he couldn't bring it in. Good defense there by the Woolies.
Jason Nato is with him the whole way.
Yeah,
Good job by Evan to get his hands on that ball.
yeah, nice throw by Braden Lynn too. Yeah, Evan, made a terrific effort. Just couldn't quite come down with it. So that'll bring up a 4th and 8. The Tigers will punt here, but they did pick up a big first down to gain a chunky yardage.
Evan Lyons coming off a little gimpy. He's not going to be able to do punt coverage. Austin Lynn taking his spot.
Will Scott's going to hit one over the head of the return guy, all the way well inside the 20. To about the 17-yard line. So the senior hits a good one in the night sky, right over the head of the return guy, who didn't even try to make a play on it. The Woolies will take over inside the 20 on the 17-yard line with 5:12 to go here in the first half. The Tigers up 8-0.
Boy, if you can get a quick 3 and out here, take a couple of shots before the half ends and get the ball back to start the third quarter.
Right. Really what you want here is to try to get it back so you get that good field position and really try to make it one more good threat to end the half here. Woolies picked up a couple of first downs on that last drive. Looking to throw into the flat, caught. Oh! Mitch Bowden coming over and Luke Elliott on there, but Bowden doing the damage. That's a 6-yard gain, 2nd and 4.
Luke Elliott, and touching the coast on the spot.
Decent time that time, but for the Wooly quarterback for the first time tonight, one of the first times tonight, and he made a good completion there. Now he's going to try to run it. And he's going to try to get to the outside, and the Tigers, good pursuit.
Brendan Kolari, somebody else made a nice tackle. I think it was Luke Elliott getting over there again, but that second hit is brutal.
So now that brings up a 3rd and 4. Big down here for the Tigers. If they get the ball back, they're going to get good field position. If they can force a punt here, the Woolies feeling like they got to get a first down just to try to end the half with the football minimally. Read option. Oh, he's going to get a first down on that. He's up the middle of the field. Will Scott's got an angle on him. And makes a good tackle.
Nice,
but the Woolies pick up a big first down into the Tiger territory all the way down to the 38-yard line. Nice job by the senior safety there. Played the angle perfectly, and after, once you've given up the first down, you just want to make sure you don't give up the touchdown. And a good tackle there. But the Woolies with a crucial first down for their cause. 1st and 10 on the Tiger 36-yard line. And you give it right back to him. Same hole. This time a much shorter gain.
Will Scott's about halfway to running a marathon here tonight.
He's covering a lot of synthetic turf. 2nd and 8. Straight drop back, pressure going up the sideline. There's coverage. Oh, knocked away. Great job by Evan Lyons.
Excellent game.
He was with him step for step, but the ball was there. It was a great throw, and there was definitely a chance for a catch there. Matthew LaRoe went up to make a nice effort on it, but Evan Lyons got there and knocked it away. 3rd and 8 from the Tiger 35-yard line.
LaRoe's a big kid.
Straight drop back up the sideline. Oh, almost picked off after the ball was tipped and went through the receiver's hands. So here's an interesting decision now for the Woolies. 4th and 8 with the ball on the Tiger 35-yard line. I don't think they're going to punt.
I keep running that same play. He had a good 15 yards off of that one.
They're going to bring LaRoe to this side of the field.
Now the quarterback he's a decent quarterback, but his throws have just been off target. Behind the head of the receivers, and the receivers are getting open.
4th down. Tigers trying to get the Woolly offense off the field. Going to get some pressure thrown into the flat. Oh, missed him. well short of the
man.
first down. Some thumping going on out there. Luke Elliott with a big hit.
Ah, they're moving the chains.
Oh, they did get a first down. Oh, my goodness. Oh, I thought they were short. All the way down to the 25-yard line. Oh, Luke Elliott went for the hit instead of the wrap-up. So the Woolies with a huge 4th down conversion. 1st and 10 from the Tiger 25-yard line. 3 minutes to go here in the half. Tigers up 8-0. This is the second drive in a row that the Woolies have kept it going and gotten inside Tiger territory. Oof, another big hit. Tucker DeCoste and Brennan Kalari.
Mason Broyles on the carry.
About a yard and a half there.
Luke Tornell.
Ooh, that was a big conversion for the Woolies. Tough miss there in the flat for the tackle that would have stopped the drive and given the Tigers the ball back. 2nd and 8. Straight drop back, looking to the right towards the sideline. Well overthrown. Good coverage there by Evan Lyons.
3rd down and 8.
What did it hit?
I don't know. It's on the big square in yellow.
Clock stop with 2:09 to go. 3rd and 8. Boys are going to try to run it. Oh, nice job there. Ty Price coming off the backside, covering ground from his defensive tackle position. No gain.
Yeah, Ty Price is getting off the line so quickly that the blocks that he's getting, that he has to shed, they're coming in at perpendicular to him, so he's not having too much of a problem getting rid of him. But he's so quick off that line.
Another 4th down, second 4th down in a row. Woolies need to get to the Tiger 15-yard line, 4th and 8. Look to throw, slant. Oh, incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't reel it in. So the Tigers turn away the second Woolly scoring threat inside Tiger territory. But they'll give the ball a run down with 1:32 to go in the quarter. What do you think, Pat? They can try and get the ball moving, or are they just going to be conservative and get to the half with the lead?
I think with this offense that they have, I think if they can get the ball, get one quick first down here, then you take a bunch of shots downfield.
They're going to go hammer here, so they're going to play reasonably conservative. Doesn't mean they're going to stop playing.
Right. But you get that clock down to under a minute, and you take a few shots downfield.
Yeah.
If you're at the 40-yard line or so.
All right, so the ball is on the Tiger 23-yard line. 1st and 10 out of the hammer. They'll pitch it to Mitch Bowden. Oh, he hurdles the guy and gets taken down after about a 2-yard gain.
The other thing they have here, Mike, is we've seen just once or twice this year. This is like a somewhat conservative look where they're just trying to pick up 4 or 5 yards at a time, but we have seen them throw out of this once or twice.
And they'll bring Mitch Bowden. So the beginning of the year, it was Bowden at fullback with Austin Lynn and Will Scott at the tailbacks. Austin Lynn did not play last week. Had a little bit of a hip injury. And they had Bowden at the tailback, so they left him there. Now he's out.
Here's where he can slide out. Keep your eye on Austin Lynn.
It's a straight pitch to Will Scott.
All right.
He's going to get upfield over the 30. He's going to be short of a first down by about 2 or 3 yards. 45 seconds to go. Tigers not taking a timeout.
They're going to let this run out.
Yeah, 3rd and 3. They got to run one more play here, in all probability. But I think they're pretty much content to get to the locker room with the lead and knowing they're going to get the ball to start the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I'd love to see him take one throw out of this hammer and then punt it out of bounds. Let them get the ball back here.
Yeah, they're just going to take a snap here. I don't think they're going to really run a play.
Oh, let's wait and see.
No, they're going to run it. Mitch Bowden going to get hit. Line of scrimmage. Start to cut it back. He's short of the first down. But you're right. They're going to let the clock run out. They won't have to punt this. So. Oh, no. Millbury called a timeout. They're going to make them punt it.
Let it fly. Clock's running out. Stop it.
Oh, no. They got a first down. Did they get a first down? Oh, yeah. They signal the first down. And, yep. All right. So they're not going to punt. All right, sorry for the confusion.
Yes.
But nonetheless, it is halftime. The Tigers up 8-0 in this first-round playoff game against the Millbury Woolies. And we'll be back with the second half right after these messages from LCTV.
Ready, go! Tigers, get ready for the best you've ever seen. Fight harder, fight in front.
There's a guy on the job we're just on. A pipe fitter, he's 70.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the second half of the football playoff game between the Littleton Tigers and the Millbury Woolies. The Tigers up 8-0. We had the cheerleaders routine at halftime. They go into their competition season starting tomorrow. Good luck to them.
Just get the football team to show up and do push-ups every time they.
Wave a pom-pom.
Yeah, it's worth it.
Littleton lines up to receive.
Yeah, that first quarter, first half went just kind of like we talked about at the end of the first quarter, Mike. No mistakes is going to be key, and Millbury played an excellent game except for 9 seconds, and Littleton played an excellent game for the whole first half, and the difference is 8-0.
Yep, the Tigers turned away the last two. Woolies finally got their offense on track to a degree and got inside Tiger territory, and the Tigers were able to turn away 2 scoring threats, and now they get the ball to start the third quarter, up 8-0. The Woolies first time kicking it off, and they'll hit it. Ty Price will take it on about the 28-yard line. Makes a hard cut. Now he's got an angle. This guy can fly too. The kicker's trying to run him down. Price is in the Jets. Oh, they're going to knock him out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. Ty Price making an aggressive grab for the ball, and then a hard cut up the middle of the field. Got it to the outside on the left side of the field and raced up the sideline. Almost got to pay dirt, but the Tigers will take over first and goal from the 5-yard line. No laundry on the field.
If Mike Lynn had any sense of justice, he would leave Ty Price in as a running back.
They're going to go hammer here.
Yeah, good call. Mitch Bowden looks like he's just starting to get on court in his hammer. We'll see.
So that actually the ball's on the 4-yard line. Ty Price with a terrific kick return. They're going to give it to Will Scott. Oh, he's got to try to get the corner. He does get the corner, and he's in for the touchdown. Wow. So what, Patrick, we talking about 9 seconds of scoring in the first half?
12 in the second. It was 12 seconds off the clock when he went in. 21 seconds.
So 2 quick strikes by the Tigers. One on the 71-yard scoring run by Will Scott, and then about a 70-yard kick return by Ty Price down to the 4-yard line, and the Tigers score on the first play. Will Scott with his second touchdown of the game. The Tigers will go for 2 here out of the hammer. They're going to roll and look to throw. Luke Elliott chucking it towards the back of the end zone. It's picked off. He can run this back for 2 points. He's got a long way to go, and he's not going to get close. So the effort is turned to a score. The try is turned away, but the Tigers are up 14-0 with 18 seconds gone here in the the third quarter.
Graham is there as well. 2-point conversion is no good. However,
Tigers, both their scoring drives were 1 play each.
Just explosive. But I think this time of year, this is a good example. You got to kind of play perfectly almost to move on. You knew this was going to be a long second half when Mark Corey commented on how quick the first half went. See you at 10 o'clock. Cheerleaders got 14 and 8 in. They're at 22. So Luke Elliott going for the back of the end zone. on that last 2-point conversion, and I you know, he didn't have much to go on, so he actually threw a pretty good ball and put it where his player could make a play on. I think both players got their hands on the ball and just rested away, but definitely a good look there. We don't get to see Luke throw the ball very much, so good for him.
Cody Shearer to kick it away.
So here comes Cody Shearer to kick it away here for the Tigers. And he'll slam this one down the middle of the field again. They'll get field on about the 18-yard line, 16-yard line, trying to get to the right corner. Good pursuit by the Tigers.
William Flynn.
And that was Evan Lyons on the tackle there. And the Woolies return it out to about the 29-yard line. Actually, the 30-yard line. So Millbury trailing by 14 now.
First possession of the second half.
Get the ball to start their first offensive possession of the second half. Scoreless in the first half. 2 decent drives to end the half into Tiger territory, but came away with nothing to show for it. Really struggled in the first quarter. Couldn't even get a first down. Keep the ball on the ground. And get about 3 or 4 yards. I mean, that look has obviously worked for the Woolies. They've got 6 wins, but it's not really showing anything for against the Tiger defense. I really feel like they got to try to mix it up here.
Ty Price on the stop.
Second and 7. I'm going to look to throw. Down the sideline. Good job by Mike Corey. Coming off the injury, back in the defensive backfield. Making a nice read on that and getting into where he needed to be. And there was no chance there. It was overthrown, but if it was accurately thrown, Mikey was in position to go ahead and bust it up.
You know, again, the defensive back, they're shutting down that first look. The quarterback, Reddish, turned this way, and the receiver that he ultimately threw to is open in the flat here.
He should have thrown it right then. You know, he sent him down the sideline, but that just gave the Tiger defense time to recover. So 3rd and 7 here for the Woolies, trailing by 14. Definitely don't want to give the ball back in a hurry. I'm going to sling it out, short of the first down. Good tackle.
Nice tackle.
Good job there by the linebackers getting into coverage. That was Tucker DeCoste and Brendan Kalari. Short gain.
Actually, Luke Elliott.
Oh, yeah, Luke Elliott. Good job there.
Luke Elliott on the stop.
So that will bring up, there's really no gain there, maybe a gain of a yard. 4th and 6, and the Woolies are going to go back into punt formation here. Get it off.
Another good kick.
Yeah, decent kick over Evan Lyons' head. Going to bounce and roll inside the 25 down to about the 21-yard line of the Tigers. So the Tiger defense forces a 3 and out after the offense. Well, the special teams teed up the offense with a big kick return to start the second half by Ty Price. Offense scored on the first play. The defense gets a 3 and out. Pretty good.
Yes, very good start to the third quarter here for them.
Kind of nice to see a drive, you know, just to see what it looks like, see what it feels like. I'm going to pick up 3 or 4 first downs, 5-6 yards at a time.
I want to see a nice drive just because every time somebody busts one, you in my ear and my ear explodes. It's fun though.
I'm going to give it to
Wow.
Oh, yeah, Will Scott stacked up.
I'd love to see that replay because with Will wearing the pink shoes, it looked like he had been knocked out, just like walking backwards and his feet are just dragging. They're pulling him out of the water.
That's a 3-yard loss. 2nd and 13. The ball now inside the 20, back to the 18-yard line. So now they'll spread it out a little bit. They'll take
Sean Mazzoni coming out and Mikey Corey getting some more action.
right. So they go a little bit wider. 4 receivers, 2 on each side. Straight drop back, looking for a screen. Complete to Mitch Bowden. Stiff arms a guy. Gets upfield. He's going to get him right out of bounds on about the 30-yard line. Close to a first down. See where they spot it. Big stiff arm by the senior. Just chucked the defender way back downfield. It is a first down, so the Tigers convert. It's out over the 30 or the 32-yard line.
The defensive back, Bill Flynn, number 26, got in and got Mitch early, but learned pretty quickly that I'm not going to really be able to bring him down around his chest.
Oh, good cut there. Good hole. Oh, nice pursuit from the backside.
Yeah, it's Robles.
Yeah, it was a decent hole there for Will Scott, but he got tripped up before he could really get going, get squared back up to the line of scrimmage. We'll get 2 yards on that. 2nd and 8.
2nd down and 8.
I like this matchup at the bottom here with Evan Lyons.
Gonna pitch it to Austin Lynn. He's going to try to get the corner. He does get the corner. Gonna get. Oh, he keeps going. He almost pulled him down from behind, but he chucked that guy. Got out of his grasp and picks up a 1st down. So that's what we talked about. A drive, 2 first downs. All out over the 45.
Yeah, and again, classic moves in football, right? So 3rd quarter, start to wear them down, run them from end to end, use your speed, use your depth.
1st and 10 with the ball on the Tiger 46-yard line. You give it to Scott. He's going to get stacked up again. He made one guy miss, but all he could do is just basically get a little bit over the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 9.
James Crawford makes the stop on Will Scott. 8 of 1. 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, if you're the Woolies, you start to count your possessions a little bit here, and looking at the clock, it looks like they're probably going to get the ball 3, maybe 4 times. So definitely need stops and need to make something happen.
Play action down the middle of the field. Sean Mazzoni wide open. And he's going to get dragged down just outside the 10-yard line. Nice play action fake there. Mazzoni coming out of the backfield down the middle of the field. Nice throw by Braden Lynn and a great sure-handed grab by the junior. Doesn't get the ball a lot, but he took advantage that time. Another chunk play, and the Tigers down to the Woolly 11-yard line.
We haven't seen Sean. You're right, Mike. We haven't seen that play much either, but I would put that right on the front page. That is a great-looking play right there. Just slip him out. He's been blocking all game. Just slide him right out of the backfield.
In the first preseason game, he had several plays like that. And Luke Elliott was hurt, and that's a spot that they kind of trade off on. But we knew he was capable of it, and then he took advantage there. Tigers will switch up offenses here. They're going to go hammer. 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line. They're going to go counter to the inside. Ooh. And that's Austin Lynn running over a Woolly defender for a tough few yards. Oops, somebody's down on the ground for the Tigers on the backside.
Hey, you talked about Sean. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I think that is Mazzoni. He's the tight end on that side, I think.
Try to figure out who it is. Go back to we're commenting on Sean Mazzoni, but I think it was the very first game of the year. Down to our left here, they sent him down on a quarter pattern down here, down on one of the flags. He looked like he had hands and speed for a guy his size.
Yeah, he's one of the hardest working guys on the team. He's a weight room fanatic. Does the work in the off season to get himself ready. Sometimes it's tough with a program that has this much success, has so many good players. You kind of got to wait your turn before you're going to get on the field, and sometimes you have to wait till your senior year to get meaningful reps. He's a junior, and he's not getting the ball. He's getting playing time. He's not a featured part of the offense because there's so many talented seniors, but yet he continues to be ready. And you saw it on that play there. He was definitely ready. Great play call by Mike Lynn. Play action, and he was wide open down the seam. Tigers taking their time, taking a look at him. Mike Lynn's out there. Now they're opening up the gate. I think they're going to bring the ambulance in.
something like
All
that.
right, why don't we go ahead? We'll take
Yeah.
a break and bring you some more messages from LCTV, and we'll come back with the action after we get this situation resolved at Alumni Field with the Tigers up 14-0 with 5:53 to go here in the third quarter.
And Sean Mazzoni.
Is that all right, Mark? Okay. Yeah.
It all comes back to your comment about, oh, that wasn't even an hour.
I'm hoping. Looks like maybe it's an ankle or a knee.
What's that?
Yeah, right. So he doesn't think it's going to rain, but you know what that means.
Oh, man. Now, you know what I feel like? I feel like the guy that fell off a 10-story building. And as I went by every single floor, the windows were open and people heard me saying, as I went by each floor, so far okay. So far okay.
Yeah, it's a bummer.
He's not even putting any weight on it.
Yeah. I'm worried that it's a knee.
Yeah. Your family certainly had experience with those.
Ugh, it's awful. Kid for L.A. convinced to go play football his senior year. He was a baseball kid. Blew his ACL out 2 weeks ago. Yeah. All right. Yep. All right, welcome back. Sean Mazzoni did make his way off the field more or less under his own power. He had a little help there. He's definitely gimped up. It looks like they are going to try and get him some help out there, but the Tigers now have a 2nd and 9 with the ball on the 9-yard line. Actually, 2nd and 8. They can pick up a first down if they get down to the 1. They will stay hammer here with Tim Kelleher now in at left tight end. They're going to pitch it to Will Scott. Oh, good pursuit there. Couldn't get the corner.
Will Scott, second by Robles and Crossman. Third down.
So now the Tigers will face a third down, 3rd and 11. Lost a couple yards on that play. And they're going to switch it up and bring the spread unit back out. Four down territory here, unless they decide to try a kick. But we'll see what they do here on 3rd down before we worry about that.
Yeah, the way that they've been having Cody kick off, scribbling that ball down the field, I'm not sure it's a good idea to let him try a field goal.
Braden Lindley, the quarterback here on 3rd down. Straight drop back, looking to his right, steps up in the pocket. He's getting pressure, gets out of it, flips it upfield. Brett Favre. And Will Scott makes the grab, a circus throw by Braden Lynn, and Will Scott makes the grab.
Little option toss downfield.
Yeah, gets inside the 5 to the 4, so it's 4th and 3, and they will switch it up again. Back and forth. Oh, actually, no, they're going to kick it. No, they're going to kick it. There's Shearer out there to kick. So let's see. The ball is on. They're snapping from the 8-yard line. They're going to take a timeout. So it'll be a 25-yard field goal attempt. They'll call a timeout here to make sure they got the personnel right. And
Yeah, you know, if you have confidence in him, which obviously Mike Glenn does by sending him out there, you make this a 3-score game with a field goal here. So
right.
Which is hugely important because you know Millbury's probably not going to get the ball more than 3 times with the time that's left on the clock.
Right. You know, at that point, if they make it, you know, Millbury basically feels like they got to score on every time they touch the ball.
Right.
You know, if they turn the ball over on downs or another turnover, they're really going to put themselves in a hole. And then it's going to get down to things like onside kicks or the Tigers turning the ball back over or something like that.
In addition to that, if you don't have a field goal kicker, then you're actually looking at scoring 3 touchdowns.
So Mike Crorian to be the holder here. The left-footed kicker, freshman, ready to try a 25-yard field goal. Oh, tough snap. Oh, he's going to. He got it! Oh! Shearer with his timing all awry. Mikey Corey making a nice play to get it down. And Shearer punching the ball. Plenty of leg right through the uprights. And now it is 17-0. Like you said, Pat, that's 3 scores. The Woolies now have to score twice. Even if they score twice and convert twice, even 2-point conversions, they'll still be trailing by a point. That's the best case scenario.
Right.
So Cody Shearer getting the job done. Mike Lynn.
I think it's Mikey Corey getting the job done.
Yeah, for sure. No,
Lunge
good
it up,
point.
get
Good
that
point.
ball back.
Yeah.
I think a lot of holders there too would have their first instinct is pick it up and try to make something out of
Right.
it. But he
Stayed with it.
Yeah, it's good.
And Shearer kind of, his weight had shifted forward. He had to hold himself back, but he had enough left to thump it up there. So Mike Lynn showing a lot of confidence in his young kicker, and his a unit that doesn't get a lot of reps in games-like situations, but they pull it off there. 4:18 to go here in the third quarter, and the Tigers up 17-0.
Had a little country music going on in halftime right where they were warming up, and this seems a little more appropriate.
Cody Shearer, kick it away.
Cranking a little AC/DC.
And Shearer go back and hammer it down. Picked up on about the 18-yard line. Cuts it up. Oh, good tackle there. Brennan Kalari
William Flynn on the return.
with a shoestring tackle as the Woolies get the ball just out over the 30-yard line. Tigers pitched a shutout last week against the talented Lunenburg team, and so far so good here.
Have a first and 10 from their own 32-yard line.
So far have held the Woolies off the scoreboard. This time they're going to try for the edge. They're going to get it. He's going to get upfield, going to get knocked out of bounds, but he's going to get a first down. Kerr Boyle kind of got locked in there and couldn't quite string it out.
Boyle's on the carry.
Evan Lyons and Timmy Keller stopping that.
Mikey Corey on the stop.
The Woolies really haven't had very many chunk plays. They had one in the first half.
First down for the Woolies.
Actually, 2 in the first half. Those were the 2 plays that keyed them to get into Tiger territory. This time they're on first and 10 from their own 46-yard line. And about 5 or 6 yards over midfield into Tiger territory.
And Mitch Bowden and Tucker DeCoste wrapping him up.
Timmy Keller, Mitch Bowden, Tucker DeCoste on the stop.
It's a 6-yard gain, 2nd and 4.
Second down and 4.
Woolies playing a little faster here, trailing by 17. Right up the middle again. First down. Good tackle by Luke Elliott.
Robles with the carry. Luke Elliott on the stop.
Ball on the Littleton 42-yard line, so the Woolies pick up 2 first downs here. Playing with definitely a sense of urgency, need, desperation. Gonna look to throw here, straight drop back, pumps, doesn't like what he sees, now he's gonna try to run it. Oh, he's gonna, is he over the, no. First down, he was still in the backfield, good pressure though. He pumped downfield, Pat, but didn't pull the trigger.
Hey, it's interesting. They send in 4 guys, all the way downfield. Nobody's breaking off any pattern. So the problem you have is if you throw that ball up like to this edge over here in front of us, just like we saw before, who's ever playing the safety has time to come over and get it from the backside.
So 2nd and 10 from the Tiger 42-yard line.
A good pump fake, though. I looked downfield after he did that.
I'm going to run it on 2nd down. Oh, gets some yards after. Look at him. Good effort there.
Nice.
They had him for about a yard gain, but he kept his feet moving and moved the pile, and he got about 3 yards on that.
Yeah, getting a good sense of why he's 2nd in Central Mass in rushing.
3rd and 7. Feeling like it's 4 downs all the way with the ball here and the scoreboard the way it is. Quarterback draw. Oh, he bounces to the outside, cuts it up. He's going to get a first down. Whew. Down to the Tiger, about the Tiger 20-yard line. So the Woolies convert another first down on this drive. Right on the edge of the red zone on the 20-yard line. 1st and 10. 2:13 to go in the third quarter. Another quarterback carry right into the hole, chasing his tailback. 2 yards.
Luke Elliott, Will Scott on the stop. 2nd down and 8.
2nd and 8. Ball on the Tiger 18-yard line. Trying for the edge. He cuts it up. Oh, good job by Care Boyle. Coming off the block. Makes him cut it up, which is what he wants to do. But then he gets the secondary play is to come off the block and try and make a play, and he does. Good tackle there by Care Boyle.
Yeah, textbook hold the edge and shed the block.
No gain, 3rd and 7.
3rd down and 7.
He's got a lot of room to roll out to his right here.
Stand him up, Gilly.
Oh, false start on the right side.
Flag on the play.
Killer.
Yeah, that's the thing, it's 3rd and 7. You're already kind of it's 4 downs, but you're figuring 2 shots to go 7 yards. Not great, but not bad. Now it's 2 shots to go 12.
Backs up Millbury 5 yards. 3rd down and 12.
Coming up on a minute to go here in the third quarter.
Big 22's out on the right edge of Austin Lynn.
There's another to throw. Up the left sideline. Oh, inside. No, they'll break it inside. And
incomplete pass.
again, they've dropped a few, Pat. It's not an easy catch, but it's definitely makeable.
Yeah, I think the throws could be a little better.
Yeah, it would have been short of the first down.
That's a tough catch when you're running that slant and you know that the safety's coming up to hit you. To throw it that side of the field, you feel exposed.
Huge 4th down play here for the Woolies, trailing by 17. They feel like they got to score on this possession. Tigers can turn this back away. They'll put themselves in the driver's seat. Pressure. Slant. Oh, it's underthrown, and it'll go on 4th down. They had a blitz coming off the backside. Care Boyle almost got to the quarterback. But a tough throw there, and the Tigers take over on downs after giving up a few first downs by the Woolies. The Woolies getting the ball right on the edge of the red zone, but turned away on downs, and the Tigers take over. 46 seconds to go in the third quarter, up 17-0. That's what we talked about, Pat, right? Possession, good drive, turned away. Now they're really feeling like they might only get the ball 2 more times if the Tigers get another good drive going like they did on the last series of last possession.
Not surprisingly, Luke Elliott's coming in to run the hammer. You see Kevin McDonald out there getting some action at right guard.
And a pitch it to Will Scott. He's stringing it out, cuts it up, gets a couple of yards.
Will Scott with the carry. Justin Gerard with the stop.
2-yard gain, 2nd and 8 with the ball on the Tiger 24-yard line. I don't know if they need to run a play here. Looks like they're going to go ahead and do it anyway. Yeah, they're definitely taking their time.
Yeah, the ref just put his hand up, so I think they can let it run out here.
Gonna run it. Right up the middle. Mitch Bowden! Oh! He's rumbling! He's rolling! They're gonna try to run him down from behind! Oh, they tripped up on their own players, and Bowden scores on the last play of the third quarter!
He looked like he was going to get tackled from behind, and the 2 Millbury players actually got their feet crossed up, but I cannot believe his breakaway speed for his size.
Holy cow, what a turn of event. Millbury is going to come out of here thinking to themselves, 2 plays that just broke our backs.
Justin Gerard was chasing him thinking, I got him, I got him, I got him, I got him.
76-yard touchdown run by the big guy. Like, we weren't even sure they were going to run the play. Mike Lynn's like, oh, well, no, go ahead, run it. He's like, you gave the finger roll. Yeah, run it.
Well, you know what happened was the ref put up his hand for 10 seconds right as the clock hit 10 seconds, and I don't think anyone was really, is he going to throw the flag? Is he not?
Right.
He put his hand back down, I think, to say, we're good, but Mike decided to run it anyway.
And it goes for pay dirt. Now the Tigers go up 23-0 here and are now firmly in the driver's seat. And the Tigers weren't ready to get to the line of scrimmage for the try. They'll take a timeout.
Wow.
So you had Will Scott with a 71-yard touchdown run. You had Ty Price with a 74-yard kick return. And now Mitch Bowden with a 74-yard touchdown or 76-yard touchdown run. So talk about chunk plays.
Big play Tigers.
Scoring on the last play of the first quarter and the last play of the third quarter.
Mitch didn't get the ball in the first half. We were mentioning that
Yeah.
it seemed like it was a long time.
And he got it from the fullback position that time.
Right.
Right. You know, they had him lined up at tailback. They put him back where he'd been playing all year and
Rumbling, stumbling, bubbling.
makes the most of it. We'll go for two here. Counter inside handoff. Will Scott's not going to get there. So the Tigers will take a 23-0 lead into the fourth quarter of this first round playoff game here at Alumni Field, and we'll be back with the final frame after these messages from LCTV.
Your son wants to get a cat, but you're allergic. Do you A, prepare yourself, B, make the best of it,
C squared equals
25.
Good job.
or C, find a loophole? When it comes to parenting, there are no perfect answers, but that's okay, because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Welcome back to the fourth quarter of the MIA Division 6 playoffs. The Tigers in control, 23-0. Shear to kick off to start the quarter.
Boom!
Oh,
Sit
goes
down,
over
sit
the
down,
head
sit
and
down.
will roll into the end zone for a touchback. The Tigers starting another quarter with a kickoff because they scored a touchdown on the last play of the third quarter. Mitch Bowden rolling and rumbling 76 yards for a touchdown.
So, Mike, I'm not sure, as we leave here, right, we're not sure where the fields are for next week, but I believe next week's games will be all neutral sites.
Correct. It'll be because in Central Mass they only do a 2-game playoff format. We used to do 3. And if you were the higher seed, you could get 2 home games. But now it's a 2-game playoff, and the championship game's next week, and that's a neutral site. And what they do is they stack it up, so there'll be 5 games in one day.
Right.
At the one side, it's a day full of football. It's a great take, especially if the
where did we
weather's
go last
good.
year? We were down in, I want to say Worcester, maybe Fitchburg.
Yeah, so they bounce back and forth between Doyle Field, which I think is in Leominster,
Leominster, right.
and then there's a field down in Worcester that they play because they're trying to be fair to all the teams.
Right.
Some of the teams that are in the Worcester zip code don't want to
Yeah.
roll all the way up to Fitchburg, but we don't want to roll all the way down to Worcester every year either.
Yeah, we were definitely down at Doyle Field last year. Interesting here, on this near side here, the big tight end Matt LaRue had come out here, and as the quarterback rolled out, he waved him downfield, but the tight end had already turned around and was just blocking downfield. I think he just wanted to try to slip and go.
Yeah, 6-yard gain there on the quarterback rollout, 3rd and 4. Right up the middle, first down, out over the 35 to the 36.
I think Millbury's hoping that Robles can break one here early to get him back up on the board and maybe give him a chance.
I mean, that's clearly what they're thinking, but he really hasn't broken anything. The Tiger defense has been really good, and now they're actually going to be careful not to over-pursue on counter looks and things like that because they'll give 3, 4, 5 yards at a time because they're not going to, it's not going to be enough to win the game. They're going to look to throw here towards the right sideline. Breaking on the ball is Mike Corey. Good defense there. Nice to see the senior coming back, getting a couple games at the end of the season. Obviously, big playoff games, meaningful games. He was having a great year and had a busted collarbone a few games ago. And quick comeback for the senior. He's ready.
I was not expecting to see him again this year because he was definitely in a lot of pain after that Oakmont game.
Yeah, I heard a rumor he was going to make it back for the Thanksgiving game, like one last game, but instead he's ready. 2nd and 10. Breaking towards the sideline. Complete. Close to a first down. Let's see where they spot it.
Mikey must have Mark Corey's healing powers.
Austin Lynn.
Superman.
Elliott on the tackle.
Super Uncle?
Another first down for the
Super
Wolves.
Uncle.
All right, first down for Millbury on their own 46-yard line.
Mark Corey just whispered in my headset that he's actually a great uncle, but that's not what Mikey's saying. He said he's okay.
Ooh, good tackle there.
Man, I do not get this offense right now.
Boyle doing a good job there.
23-0, 40-0. That doesn't really matter at this point. Get the ball downfield.
No gain, 2nd and 10. And the clock runs. That's the other thing. Incomplete pass, at least you stop the clock.
Because you know when we get the ball back, you're looking at a heavy dose of the hammer.
Straight drop back. Tucker to Coast, the linebacker, in on the coverage there. Very proud of himself.
My dad's not going to yell at me now.
3rd and 10.
Third down and 10.
Got to be 4 downs all the way for the Woolies now. Like you said, it's, give up the field position, but you got to risk it. They can convert on a couple of 3rd downs on the last drive to get all the way down to the Tiger 20 before finally being turned away. Straight drop back into the flat. Oh, a little curl pattern, but Boyle was there and ready.
Pass is going to bring a 4th down.
That'll bring up 4th down.
And last year, the score here, Mike, I was trying to remember, was it 20-6, 26-0? Something along that line, right?
I will remember this score tomorrow. I have to look in the paper to remind myself. Fourth and 10. The Tigers turned them over on downs in the last possession. Trying to do it again here. I'm going to roll. He's going to look back the other way down the middle of the field. Oh, he got a guy open! He went for a sliding catch. I don't know why he just... He didn't. He slid after he caught the ball. He slid. But nonetheless, it's good for a 1st down. 4th down conversion all the way down to the Tiger 23-yard line.
Man, I was speechless as to how a receiver gets that far open downfield at this point in the game. Then the slide. I thought we were in for 6.
Yeah, that was kind of... All right, 1st and 10. Going towards the end zone. Touchdown! Oh, Mike Corey trying to break it up. Had his hands in there, but just couldn't punch the ball loose. So finally, the Woolies get on the board. Like you said, Pat, they got to try to go downfield, and they got 2 hits in a row. And they finally get on the board with 8.5 minutes to go in the game. They cut the lead 23-6, 17 points. They'll go for 2 here to try to make it a 15-point game.
If you're on the sideline here too, you got to start to think about, your hands team being out here.
Yeah, for the onside kick, absolutely. It was.
Hey, good news down right here in front of us is Sean Mazzoni on the sideline.
Yeah, they're not going to play again tonight, but he's here to at least stay in the game with his teammates. Woolies will go for 2, inside handoff, short. Oh, they gave it to him. Oh, I think his knees were down. His knees were down, yeah, but we'll give it to him. All right, so it's 23-8. It is a 15-point spread. There are 8.5 minutes to go. The Woolies finally feel like they've got a little bit of breathing room here to stay alive in the game.
Sean Mazzoni, Dad, Rick is down there. He's yelling at Sean to rub some dirt and then to get his helmet on, but I don't think they're going to put him back in.
I got a signed doctor's note. Dr. Feelgood, Dr. Fine.
Dr. Howard.
No good? Okay.
Rick, if you're watching this, we're only having a good time, man. You're a great dad.
I think you're right, Patrick. Hopefully the Tigers are Tim Whitcomb, the longtime assistant coach and special teams coordinator, hopefully has reminded his young charges to be aware of the onside kick. I mean, there's plenty of time on the clock. The Woolies don't have to go for it, but on the other hand, if they let the Tigers go on a long drive to choose clock after kicking the ball away, then they're going to really have trouble. So go either way here.
Yeah, Littleton's got their linebackers up front, linemen. Maybe they're going to let the ball squib right through and have the second line pick it up here.
See what the Woolies decide to do here. And they're going to kind of squib it down the field. And Ty Price is going to pick it up. Try to make a run back. Oh, here he goes! Don't hit him in the back! Oh, Ty Price cashes in! Picked the ball up with one hand.
Boy, he got around. He got around that first tackle, and there was just space, and he got his jets going, got to the outside, and he was gone.
Another gut punch play by the Tigers. You know, I got to be honest with you, though. I'm pretty sure at some point Mike Lynn's going to put his arm around Ty Price's shoulders and say, hey, terrific play. If you don't cover that ball up the next time, I'm going to kill you.
I want to cut off both your hands so you have to fall on it.
So Ty Price had a 74-yard kick return earlier in the game. Didn't go all the way for a touchdown this time. He said he was so frustrated he didn't get the last one. He's like, I'm going. Tigers will bring out Shearer to try to kick it. Oh, but they get a false start. He's got the leg. They should still go for it.
I'd keep backing him up, let him try a field goal.
Yeah.
Some
So
practicing.
it's a 17-yarder. Go to a 22-yarder, which is about what he hit. He hit a 25-yarder for the field goal. So really, the yardage is not an issue.
Mikey Croy tried. Noah Graham saying, yeah, just a little more left on this one.
Yeah, exactly. Good snap, good place. Whoa, and he nails it.
Parking lot.
Flawless execution by the special teams unit. Really some terrific special teams play all night. The two big kick returns, a field goal, an extra point, some really good tackling on the kick coverage.
Yeah, the coverage has been outstanding.
Will Scott's had some really nice punts tonight. So really an excellent job by the special teams guys.
And this is interesting. So the ball went over the end zone. Mark, I don't know if you can get these guys on, but the kids who pick up a ball are trying to get it over the retaining fence, and they are struggling.
There's a net up there because when they play field goal, they don't want balls going out in the parking lot cracking windshields.
Well, I say every time they kick it, they don't realize that it hits the parking lot again. It scuffs up, and one of the coaches is down there yelling, "Get over, walk it
Those
in."
balls cost money. Good money.
Yeah, Mike Lynn's the athletic director. You can get another one. Take it out of the school budget. Those school people have too much money.
Yeah, exactly.
Except you, Mike. You do a great job.
So the Tigers, the Woolies scored, felt like they might have a shot to get back in the ball game, and that was snuffed out in about an instant by Ty Price's. I would say that's about a 70-yard return that he had there.
He picked up on the 25, I thought, yeah.
Now Shearer will leg it out. He's feeling good. Down to the 10, 11-yard line. Brennan Kalari's had several tackles on special teams. That ball stopped on the 20-yard line. So with 8:10 to go in the ball game, the Tigers on top 30-8. And the Woolies are even more desperate. Straits now down 22. Again, it's really it's a three-score game if they can get some two-point conversions. Ooh, false start. Right tackle.
Now, that's what happens in a game like this. So, you get out there at 8:10 on the clock. Everybody's got a sense of urgency. You cannot be going with long snap counts.
Yeah, right. So the Woolies hit for two big pass plays on the previous possession to get their first score of the game. Let's see if they keep trying to air it out. They're going to run it up the middle for no gain.
Robles up the middle.
This is probably, in high school football, you're saying, well, the obvious strategic adjustment is to try to go chunk, but you are who you are, right? I mean, when you're the team that showed up here, if that's not in your repertoire, it's just not,
Yeah, the classic saying, there's no strategy without skills, and if you don't have the skill players to do that consistently, you're right. Tough to throw downfield when you know that you're not going to complete it. Might as well give it to your best player and let him run it out.
Yep.
He's coming back next year, though.
Set his feet down in the middle of the field. Oh, complete! Austin Lynn, the fastest kid on the team. He's going to try to catch him. Oh, touchdown! Oh, he caught him, but not till it was too late. Wow, back and forth. 3 touchdowns in a matter of moments.
That was just great to watch that foot race.
Yeah. So the Woolies strike back. 7:20 to go. We've had 3 touchdowns in under a minute.
Man, Carlos got to be frustrated that people are getting behind with your team up this much.
Yeah, right. So a defensive battle, and really through 3 quarters. All of a sudden, we've had a scoring explosion. Quarterback draw, and he's going to get in for the conversion. So that'll cut it to 16 points.
With 7:20 to go in the game.
14 points, excuse me.
Millbury 16.
Plenty of time left on the clock, Pat. Kind of reset right back where we were just a minute ago. We thought Ty Price had pretty much put the icing on the cake, but the Woolies say nay, nay. So the Tigers will come back out with the same message they got previously. Make sure you cover up the ball. Ty Price is like, nah. They're probably not going to kick it there, are they? They got to be thinking 32, probably don't kick it to him.
Anywhere. I would actually make one of these up guys field it.
Yeah,
I don't think it does anything to kick the ball 20 yards downfield and let them have time to recover it.
Right. I mean, if you're trying to get an onside kick recovery, he's definitely teeing it up like he's going to go onside kick here. He's got it, pointing straight up and down.
So getting back to the length of this game and the Mark Rory jinx, I just got a text from my wife who said, hey, based on your halftime report, I just went ahead and ordered the pizza. It'll be ready at 8.
Yeah, onside. Good job, covered up. Good hop there, and that's Luke Tornell. Easy
basketball
recovery.
hands.
Exactly. So the Tigers will take over on their own 48-yard line. They were ready. So Luke Elliott will roll out a quarterback. They will bring the hammer unit out. And really they're thinking score would be great, but the clock, a good drive here, the choose clock is just as good. Almost as good. But we'll take both if we can get it. Gonna go up the middle to Bowden. He's gonna get stood up at the line of scrimmage. He'll go low and grab a yard. Never got a chance to get his feet going that time.
Yeah, you definitely want a first down here to take that time off the clock.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, the Woolies are feeling pretty good right now. They've hit 2 big touchdowns on fast plays. They want that ball back, and if you can, even if you just get a first down, you just start to snatch that momentum back a little bit, deflate them. 2nd and 9. Ball on the Tiger 49-yard line. Ooh, geez. Will Scott bobbled it, and now he's going to try to get the corner.
Oh, face mask.
No flags.
I thought Will Scott actually get the defender's face mask there.
He's going to get the corner and pick up a couple of yards over midfield into Woolly territory to the 48. 3rd and 6.
Yeah, I got to believe that Mike Lynn has in his book right now that this week they have to work on that because that's the 3rd or 4th not clean handoff, I call it.
Right, yeah, miscue. Yeah.
Not quite a miscue, but, just not as smooth as they need to be. It looks like guys' timing is a little bit off. They seem to be bumping into each other a little bit more. The spacing seems to be just a little off.
See if they go hard count here and try to get the Woolies off sides. Yeah, I got him. That's exactly what they did. I could tell because Luke Elliott grabbed Noah Graham coming out of the huddle to give him an extra message. And the extra message was, remember, I just said we're going on 2.
Yeah.
All right, don't go on 1. And they went out, gave him the hard count, and worked perfectly. Great job there by the coaching staff.
The chain? I think the chain should move.
Well, they're 1 yard short. But that's a big. Now it's 2 downs here.
Oh, yeah, 1 yard.
You know, they'll go for it on 4th down. They can't convert here on 3rd down. Such short yardage. Great job there by the coaching staff and good discipline by the players. 3rd and 1. Quarterback sneak. He'll get it easy. Luke Elliott going the pile, going forward. Out to about the 40-yard line. He had it easy, so that's a 1st down.
First down.
Good job by Luke.
Exactly what we talked about there. You know, get that 1st down. The clock's running. And you just deflate the Woolley offense because they had been playing fast, and now they're going to have to wait at least 4 more downs to get the ball back.
And every time I hear the word Woolley, I think of Sam the Sham and the Pharaohs.
Woolley.
Can't get that out of my head now. Thanks. And I wonder what Luke Elliott thinks about that last sneak, because I noticed that he goes forward, and then Mitch Bowden and Austin Winkelman and pancake him from the back. So
Exactly.
no surprise that he's 6'8" now.
Going to give it to Austin Lynn. He's going to cut it up the middle and drive forward.
Nice run.
Good job there. Nice run.
Goes up the middle.
Cut it up nice and early into daylight. Good job there by the offensive line.
Timeout taken.
Run on the right side. That's Luke Tornell.
NATO on the stop. 2nd down and 3.
And Noah Graham doing a good job there at center. So good 7-yard run there by the senior. And the offensive line taking care of business. The Woolies took a timeout there. 30-second timeout. Clock is stopped. Up the middle to Mitch Bowden. He couldn't quite get going.
Mitch Bowden with the carry.
You know, this is how, if you're watching film on Littleton, this is exactly how you want to stop that with Mitch Bowden, right? By the time he's even receiving the ball, somebody's down at his feet, just kind of stopping his momentum. And it's the only chance you have.
And you're right, but the problem with that is that you take that away, but now you're opening up the C and the D gap.
Oh, right.
You know, because you're selling out to control that A and B gap, and now you don't have enough guys to get to the edges necessarily. So it's a little bit of a gamble, but you're right. I mean, you got to do it. You know, you got to take away that action and then just hope for the best on the outside. So the Woolies take another timeout, so they're desperate to keep the clock from running. Tigers here, 3rd and 3. 1 or 2 more 1st downs is going to go a long way towards dictating the outcome here. So this time they'll pitch it to Will Scott. He'll cut it up. 1st down.
Will Scott.
1st down for Will Scott, running on the left side of the line.
Luke Elliott out there blocking for him as well.
Yeah, we talked about that in previous games. He's such a big, strong kid and a great athlete, and when he pitches it and then turns into the hole, that's a heck of a weapon.
10 Tigers.
So that was to the left side with Gilly Supernet, and then they pull the lineman from the right side. Luke Tornell was out there blocking too, coming all the way over from the right side. So 1st and 10 with the ball on the Woolley 23-yard line. A little quarterback sneak. He's just going to get 3-4 yards at a time and let the clock keep running, make the Woolies burn it. They burn another timeout. This time it's a full timeout. So both teams will head to the sideline.
Timeout on the field.
So good job by the offensive line. It's Kevin McDonald, Gilly Supernet, Noah Graham. I think Jared Leaves out there, 1 guard, and then Luke Tornell, the 2 tackles, 2 guards in the center, taking care of business on this drive. Where picking up 1st downs and keeping the clock, or making the Woolies burn their timeouts, and then getting the clock running. We talk about the running backs getting the yards, but in this point in the game, it's really the offensive linemen that are getting the job done. And the Tiger fans are acknowledging the superlative performance by their Tiger football team. We talked about it, Pat. I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves. After that tough loss against Maynard, we said it'd be great to get him back in a few weeks. It looks like that could happen. Oh!
Will Scott takes the ball.
Will Scott down close to the 10-yard line. First down.
Yeah, the Maynard game will be a good matchup again. Again, that was one or two plays away, and came down to a 2-point conversion, not being able to get in to send that game into overtime. The thing that Littleton really needs to be careful about here is against good passing teams. I think that's consistently where we see that their weakness is going to be. So, again, late in the game, you get the game under control, and receivers kept slipping behind the defensive backs here. We got to really work on that because Maynard's Tommy Smith we saw last week, he can really throw the ball.
So the Woolies are out of timeouts. Clock keeps running. I'm going to give it to Will Scott. He's going to go inside the 5-yard line. He's going to keep the clock running.
Will Scott forced out of bounds by Justin Gerard.
No, I guess they did have one more timeout left.
Timeout taken by the Woolies.
They didn't call one in the last play. I'm surprised. But 3:23 to go. Tigers up by 14 points, 30-16. Tale of two halves. The first half a defensive battle, but the Tigers had two big plays. Will Scott on actually one big play. They were up 8-0 at the half on the Will Scott 76-yard touchdown run. And then the Tigers opened up the second half with a bang. Ty Price with a 74-yard kick return and then a touchdown by Will Scott. And then it kind of went back and forth for a little while, and then we scored at the end of the third quarter with Mitch Bowden rolling 76 yards. And then the Woolies finally got on track in the fourth quarter, mostly out of desperation, but they got that passing game going and had two quick scores. It looks like it's going to finish out in favor of the Tigers. And that next game next week will be on a Saturday, not on Friday. It'll be a Saturday. It'll be a day full of football for Central Massachusetts. Austin Lynn, touchdown! So the offensive line, we called it, right? Grind out some first downs, chew the clock, and get a score at the end. And the offensive line executed the script like they knew what they were doing.
Yeah, really tough too. We talk about Luke Elliott, but every time I see that play, I just keep thinking, it's like having a quarterback and then a lead blocker at the same time.
It's like having another offensive lineman. It's like having 8 of them out there. He's a tough kid. I mean, he's just a hard-nosed kid, so he loves that action. You know what I mean? He's like, some guys would be like, I don't really like this. I'm a quarterback, right? Hey, I'm a quarterback. I'm not supposed to be doing that, but he's like, no, I want to do that.
Go Sticks!
Ronnie Sunshine Bass.
Boom. Cody Shear is feeling it.
A car. Oh, he's over the cars.
What's that noise? Is that an alarm? Whoop, 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 whoop.
Off the baseball backstop on that one. They got to climb the fence over to the baseball field.
Sportsmanlike behaviors such as taunting, noisemakers, derogatory signs, artificial cheering devices, and/or any disrespectful behavior are not allowed. Spectators who do not follow these
The Tigers, after a slow start in the first quarter, 37 points in a ball game here.
Two different games, right? Two different games.
Yeah, really didn't feel like that was going to be the case after the slow start by both offenses.
Yeah, even Millbury looked good. In hindsight, it's easier for us to sit up here and do this, but I'm surprised they didn't throw down the field more often this game. With the success they have and try to get the game going, that little up-tempo that they had.
Like you say, I mean, maybe it's not what you're comfortable doing, and it's not what you've been winning with, but against a really good football team, you're feeling like your running game wasn't really showing anything at all, and now you're going to lose 37-16. Are you happy?
Yeah, you're going to be able to adjust.
I mean, the outcome might not have changed,
right?
But it might have. It could have been worse, but but
you weren't going to win doing what they were doing.
Yeah, exactly. Shearer will hit another line shot, and it'll go through the end zone. So Shearer, I mean, he's pumping.
Shearer's kick goes through the back of the
kid
end
is
zone.
just
gonna have some Deflategate going on here.
So 3:17 to go. Tigers in control, 37-16.
Not what Millbury was thinking this game would go like, I don't think. I think they were hoping for a little revenge after last year.
And the way the game started, it looked like it could easily go down to the last couple possessions.
Yep. Big plays.
Ty Price going through two blockers. Out of bounds. No, they're going to say, come on.
Jeez. Mike Lynn had to get out of the way.
I mean, it's one thing when you catch the ball and you have a foot in bounds, but if the other foot's already out of bounds and you catch it, it doesn't matter what the foot in bounds was doing.
Yeah, the kid tried to sell it, and the ref was like, all right.
It's an 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Just this one, though.
Up the middle, first down.
Robles up the middle.
Out over the 35, about the 37-yard line. He bounced for a few more yards, but doesn't get to keep those.
Robles does pick up a first
Up to
down.
the 38. 3 minutes to go. Gonna throw, getting some pressure, scrambling, looking out of bounds, and we'll throw it out of bounds.
An incomplete pass. Going to bring back a 2nd down and 10.
Tigers going with a nickel package here. 2 safeties in, 2 corners.
5 safeties.
Can pump, shoulder fake, rolling out. Good coverage downfield. He's waving. He's throwing down the sideline. Oh, careful. Oh, yeah. Brennan Kalari knocked him out of bounds. Inbounds. Clock's running. I think he's short of the first down. Yeah, by a full, at least a yard. Almost 2 yards.
3rd down and 2 for the Bulls.
3rd and 2.
He's open.
Yep. Go. Good tackle by Evan Lyons. Yep. No run after catch there. Good for a first down. The ball right at midfield.
Jason Nato on the reception. Tackle made by Evan Lyons. The Woolies. And the 1st and 10 from the 50.
Playing to move on. That's awesome.
Right up the middle. Kerr Boyle on the tackle.
Robles tackled by Kerr Boyle.
It's about an 8-yard gain, but we're coming up on a minute and a half to go. 2nd and 3. Ball on the Tiger 42.5-yard line. He'll look to throw downfield, sets his feet down the left sideline.
He's got a runner. He's got one.
Oh! A bobbling catch. The ball was tipped by Evan Lyons, but he couldn't quite knock it down. And the Woolies, Matthew LaRose, stayed with it and made the grab on a ball bobbling out of the air. So that'll cut it to 15, 37 to 22, up and down the field here in the 4th quarter by both teams. And now they will try to kick it down. 15, cut it to 14.
This is interesting.
Wide, hooked it, wide left. Plenty of leg, but a little too much English on that. So with 1:21 to go, the Woolies, I believe, are out of timeouts. I think really all you got to do is recover what should be an onside kick. And it should be just 3 snaps and shut out the lights.
I think, get ready for a little action for the up guys. They're talking to them right now, talking to the up guys. So next week then, assuming that this game ends with a victory, which it kind of looks like it will at this point, and assuming that Maynard won, boy, that's going to be a big game. I like it being on neutral turf as well.
Yeah, and you know, no knock against the Maynard coaching staff. I'm sure they work just as hard as the Littleton staff, but Mike Lynn, a veteran of so many playoff runs, you give him a second go-round with the film and a week to prepare, that's going to be worth a few points too.
Yeah, I mean, I think for this game, Mike was saying that he only had two games of film to watch. We call it film, video. But yeah, I think they'll be ready this time around. Again, just they got to work on not letting these guys get behind them.
Oh, jeez! Oh, Timmy Kelleher missed it, but it was recovered by somebody else. I think it was Brennan Kalari.
It's going to give him the Ty Price talk too.
Just he went down and
Littleton did recover the onside kick, so the Tigers.
they'll take over again on the 48-yard line with 1:18 to go.
Go, Gilly, make all. Coming through. Let's go, guys. Make all.
Couple of knees and we're home.
Coming.
All right, Tigers are in their victory formation. They don't really need to run a play here. They just got to take a couple of snaps.
Luke Elliott takes a knee.
The Tigers will advance to the second round, the finals of the Division 6 Central Mass District Football Playoffs. As we talked about earlier in the season, kind of setting the expectations for Littleton. Last year, by virtue of winning the Central Mass Championship, they punched their ticket right to Gillette. Kind of had a bye through the other round, and they're just going to call it. But this year, even if they do win Central Mass, they'll have another game they need to win before they can advance to Gillette. So the Tigers with a terrific job, 37-22. Great special teams play and a lot of big plays downfield by Will Scott, Mitch Bowden, Ty Price. The offensive line taking control in the fourth quarter. And the Tigers will punch their ticket to the championship game for the Central Mass Football Playoffs next Saturday.
Man, just a solid run over the last, I don't know how many years now, right?
Oh, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Absolutely crazy. Terrific run of sustained success. And, turning it over, right? Every year or two, new guys stepping up and getting going. And, the coaching staff doing a great job of getting them ready. And they execute. They get to the playoffs and they win.
Yep. Plenty to work on this week, too. I think that, they're not as sharp as they need to be beat right now. We talked about the 3 or 4 handoffs out of that hammer that could have been fumbled or weren't quite as clean as they want. So definitely got to come sharper next week.
Check your time and listings for the championship game next Saturday. We'll be bringing it to you on LCTV. Thanks to Mark Corey for getting us out here tonight, and we'll see you again soon. Thanks, everyone.
Good night, everybody.